You know, in the world of trading, there's this tool. It's so powerful it can make you feel like a king, but it's so dangerous it can wipe you out in a blink. Today, we're going to talk about that tool, leverage, and we're going to unpack a cautionary tale that every single trader needs to hear.
Look, every trader I know, the real professionals who've survived for years, they all have a story that just makes their blood run cold. And you know what? Almost every single one of them starts with this exact mistake, the revenge trade. And this isn't about getting a chart pattern wrong or misreading an indicator. Nope, this is a psychological trap. It's all in your head. An emotional decision that feels so right in the moment, but is actually the fastest way to blow up your account.
So to really understand this trap, let's tell a story. Let's meet our guy, we'll call him Rahul. And Rahul has just had one of the worst days of his trading life. He's not thinking straight, he's thinking with his emotions.
So here's the scene. Rahul is absolutely furious. He's just watched half his capital, a full 50%, just disappear. He started with 5 lakhs, and now he's staring at a balance of 2.5. And the only thought screaming, literally screaming in his head is, I have to get it back, and I have to get it back now. That feeling, that urgency and desperation, that's the danger zone.
So in this state of panic, he's just scrolling through his trading app, looking for something, anything. And then he stumbles on a feature he's always ignored, a little button that says, get 5x margin. Now to a desperate mind, this doesn't look like a warning sign. Oh no, it looks like a miracle, a secret weapon sent from above to fix everything.
So what is this secret weapon? It's called leverage. In Hindi, we might call it udhari, which is just a simple word for borrowing. It lets you use the broker's money to control a much bigger position than you could with your own cash. And it is, without a doubt, a double-edged sword. Because yeah, it magnifies your wins, but guess what? It magnifies your losses with the exact same brutal force.
So what does Rahul do? Of course he clicks the button. With his own 2.5 lakhs, the broker instantly lends him another 10 lakhs. So now he's controlling a position worth 12.5 lakhs. He feels powerful again. He feels like he's back in control. He's thinking, okay, just one small move in my favor and I'll make a huge profit and get right back to even.
But here's the thing. The market doesn't care about Rahul's plan. It drops, and not by much, just 1%. For an unleveraged trader, that's a tiny, manageable loss, a scratch. But for Rahul, who's leveraged 5 to 1, that 1% drop becomes a catastrophic 5% loss of his entire capital. His account balance just melts in front of his eyes, and he's forced to panic sell, locking in a loss that's even more devastating than the first one.
So as you can imagine, Rahul is completely shattered. He goes to his mentor, we'll call him the guru. And he's not just looking for a hot tip or a new strategy. He's looking for some kind of hope. But what he gets instead is a cold, hard lesson in the absolutely brutal mathematics of losing money. This is the first thing Rahul says to the guru, and it's a question that sounds so logical, doesn't it? It's filled with this really dangerous but super common misunderstanding. He thinks the road back up is the same as the road down. He thinks getting back to where he started is going to be just as easy as falling.
The guru doesn't say much. He just walks over to a whiteboard and draws this simple table. He says, look, if you lose 10%, you don't need to make 10% back. You need to make 11% because you're starting from a smaller number. Then he points to our whole situation. You started with 100, you lost 50. You've got 50 left. So how much do you need to make on that 50 to get back to 100?
The answer hits Rahul like a ton of bricks. 100%. He needs to double his remaining money just to get back to where he started. And that's the key right there. He hasn't just lost his money, he's lost time, and he's made the challenge of recovery exponentially harder.
The guru's point is just devastatingly clear. By taking that huge leveraged loss, Rahul dug a hole so deep that he now has to pull off a miracle, a 100% return, something that even professional traders might take years to achieve just to break even.
But the guru isn't finished. He needs to show Rahul that his real problem wasn't just the leverage, it was that he was betting way too big in the first place. And for this, he uses a super simple thought experiment. Just a coin toss.
So the guru lays out this scenario. Imagine there's a magic coin, and it lands on heads 60% of the time. You have a clear winning edge here, right? You've got 100 rupees. The question is, how much of that 100 should you bet on each toss to make the most money? Now, most people, just like Rahul, would say, bet big, the odds are on my side.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's say you bet big. Half your capital, 50 rupees. First toss, you win. Great. Your 100 becomes 150.
But on the second toss, you lose. You lose 50% of 150, which is 75. You're left with just 75 rupees. Wait a minute. You won once and you lost once and you're down 25%? That's the crazy math of losses in action. Betting smaller is what lets you survive the bad luck so you can stay in the game long enough for your edge to pay off. And this leads to the guru's advice, which is so simple you'll never forget it. Forget risking everything. Don't even risk the important stuff. Risk only what is truly, truly disposable. This isn't about being scared. It's about being a professional and making sure you get to show up and play again tomorrow.
So you see how all these lessons are connected, right? The danger of revenge trading with leverage, the impossible math of deep recovery, the guaranteed ruin of betting too big. It all leads to one single actionable rule. A rule so simple but so powerful that it's the foundation of all professional trading.
1%. That's it. This isn't just a suggestion. For anyone who wants to survive in the markets, this is the law.
So here's the rule, plain and simple. On any single trade, no matter how much you love it, no matter how sure you are that it's a winner, you will never, ever allow yourself to lose more than 1% of your total account value. This isn't about how much you buy, it's about how much you're willing to lose if you are wrong. It is your financial armor.
So why is this so powerful? Just look at the math of survival. By only risking 1%, you could go on the most brutal, unlucky losing streak of your life. I'm talking 20 losses in a row, and you would still have 80% of your capital left to fight another day. It mathematically guarantees that you live to trade tomorrow, which is the absolute first step to being profitable.
And at this moment, you can almost see the light bulb go on for Rahul. He finally gets it. He was trying to play T20 cricket, swinging for a 6 on every single ball. But professional trading, it's test cricket. It's a long, long game of patience, of defense, and of discipline. The goal isn't to score fast. The goal is simply to not get out. This idea right here encapsulates the entire mindset shift. Profit becomes a byproduct of playing excellent defense. If you can protect your capital, if you can just stay in the game long enough, the chances to score will come to you. Your number one job is survival. So Rahul has the strategy, he's got the safety rules, he's got the armor. But the guru leaves him with one final challenge, a question that really extends to all of us. The math is simple, the rules are clear, but the final enemy in this game isn't the market. It's the person staring back at you in the mirror. Can you master yourself? Can you follow the rules, especially when you're hurt, when you're angry, or when you're desperate and nobody else is watching? That is the ultimate test.